Hello guys, happy Monday. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Monday. I hope you guys can hear me. Let me make sure I turn off the music on my phone. Hello. Good morning. Wait, good morning? No, it's the afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello. So I'm coming on today. There's just this thing I'm going to say really quickly, because it's really in my spirit, is you have got to start saying yes to what you really want. Jevin, hi, baby. That's my baby. Hi, sweetheart. That's my son at college, y'all. Hey, guys. So you've got to start saying yes to what you really want. To what you really want. I'm out running errands today, doing a little shopping, treating myself to a few things. It's my lashes day, facial day, laser hair treatment day. Guys, listen, it's self-care Monday, okay? So I'm running around doing these errands because I just got back in town late Saturday. So I'm getting ready to fly back out to Houston this coming Saturday to start filming next week for the show for OWN. And I'm literally, as I'm running around today, running some errands, my mind went back to last Sunday. I'm glowing. That's my esthetician, y'all. My skin. She's amazing. That's that glow. All right. She's doing them facials, y'all. So I was on the plane last Sunday to go down to Texas to take my niece down for her makeup certification. And on the plane, I pulled out my virtual journal on my phone and I wrote in my journal, hey Madeline, hi sweetheart. I wrote in my journal, I now give myself permission to show up as God's greatest version of me. I now give myself permission to show up as God's greatest version, greatest vision of me. I now let go of every version of me that has come before this moment. And now I embrace new beginnings. I embrace all things new. That wherever God is taking me and whoever God created me to be, I now open up all possibilities. Even if I don't know what that looks like going ahead, even if I don't know exactly where that's headed, I now open myself up to the possibilities of God's greatest for me. All of my power, all of my anointing, all of my gifts, all of my prosperity, whatever that looks like, whatever that platform looks like, whatever it may look so different from where I've been or what I've done, and any label that could have been placed on me previous to this moment, every category, every hat I've worn up until this moment, I now say, I don't have to be boxed in by anything that has come before this moment. And I now give myself permission to say, God, have your way in my life. Now, is that my first time saying that prayer? Is that my first time invoking that intention? Is that my first time laying everything out to God for new direction and whatever God wants to do? No, it's not my first time. I do this. I have done this in several different seasons of my life. I have done this in several different places in my life. And that prayer, that invitation has become a mantra, a transition place in my life. And I got to San Antonio. It ushers in new seasons of my life, new chapters of my life. And I got to San Antonio. I was really chilling for like a week, y'all, like decompressing, chilling. And as I was getting still and I was just spending time with myself and I'm not really running around and I'm just doing me, right? And I got still and God began to peel back some layers and God began to reveal more and more of this new season of my life. It's a new chapter for me. In my book of Rebecca, this is a new chapter that's being ushered in. Jay says, I'm so afraid to want things because I'm afraid I want what's not for me and I end up with a lesson instead of a blessing, or is that I'm limiting myself? Jay, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Ask for what you want. And if it's not for you and you get it and it's not the right fit, it's just you learn like, oh, you learn more about yourself. Oh, I didn't really like this. This isn't exactly what I wanted. Let me go ahead and dream a little bigger, pray a little different, manifest a little differently, right? It's okay. This is a journey. Life is a journey. You're going to learn more about yourself over and over. Every season, every week, every day of your life, you're going to learn more about yourself. So what you want right now may not be what you want in your next season, in your next chapter. And that's okay. It's okay to want that now and want something else later. That's perfectly fine. You're learning. You're growing. What you need at 20 isn't what you need at 40. Right? What you're ready for at 20 isn't what you're ready for at 40. This is a journey. And what I said yes to in San Antonio last week, I said yes to new beginnings. I said yes to greatness. I said yes to my new chapter. Can I tell you what my new chapter looks like, guys? Here's what my new chapter looks like. I had my first child when I was 18. I was married to my first husband. Had my first child. I had just turned 19. I turned 19 right after he was born. So I've been raising my children and being married nearly all of my adult life. I am now 40 fine. You guys know I don't tell my age. 40 fine. And for the first time in my life, all of my biological children are now grown. My last baby went off to college. Even my adopted children, right? I have one child that I love to pieces, Carrie's youngest daughter, who is 15, who's still at home. But all of my children that I birthed or I adopted are now grown. And for the first time in my life, and this is a transition that I'm in, for the first time in my life, I don't have babies, children, depending on me. All my bambinos are out the door. And I literally, in San Antonio, stopped and realized, this is really a totally new chapter in my life where I now get to think and focus on me. Lenise says, I have a question. What is the email you want us to send the questions to? live@RebeccaLynnPope.com. live@RebeccaLynnPope.com is for the questions, guys. Okay. So in this new chapter in the book of Rebecca, I've been raising kids. I have 3 grown sons and 1 adopted daughter, who are now all grown. And I've been raising kids my whole life. I've been sacrificing for children my whole life. I have been in the service, in care, and sacrificing for others my whole life. My mother was sick for 10 years. I was her caregiver. I was taking care of my parents when they couldn't work. Until they passed away. I was taking and raising children and even parenting even grown children, getting them set up to be successful in life. Not that I'm still not going to be there for my grown children, but they're grown. There's no more babying. There's no more hand holding. There's no more day-to-day responsibility of other people. Yes, I have Carrie, husband, right? Grown man. That's different. And in this new season, here comes this media deal. Here comes the contract. Here comes a new show. I'm going to another city to film for 3-4 months. Here comes all this new opportunity, new projects, new everything. And as I'm getting ready to write new books, and you guys are about to get so much new stuff from me, and I sat back and I'm like, oh God, God is so good. I thank God for these seasons. I thank God for everything I've come through. I thank God for everything I've survived. I thank God for taking and turning pain into purpose. I thank God for the divorces and the marriages that didn't last that brought me to Carrie. I thank God for every struggle I went through, feeding my children and keeping a roof over their head and starting businesses just to be able to provide, and from places of pressure and places of struggle and desperate places. I began to create, and I began to press through, and I began to tap into the other side of me and tap into the divine. And I pressed through in places where seemed that everything was coming at me from all sides at all times. And I had no choice but to come out fighting. No choice but to come out fighting. And in this new chapter of my life, I'm saying yes to Rebecca. I'm saying yes to Holy Spirit. I'm saying yes to focusing on myself. I'm saying yes to every big or little thing that would please my heart and I'm passionate about, that I care about, that would bring me joy. I'm saying yes to me. I'm saying yes to me. I'm saying yes to who God created me to be. I'm saying yes to new opportunities, new seasons, new money, new everything. I'm saying yes. And that means I'm saying no. I'm saying no to playing small. I'm saying no to distractions. I'm saying no to the lack of boundaries. I'm saying no to anything that distracts me or takes away from anything that God is doing for me in my new chapter. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no, thank you. I'm going to say thank you, but no thank you to everything and anything that does not align with saying yes to me and saying yes to where I'm going and saying yes to this greater purpose, greater calling, saying yes to whatever it is, new connections, new contracts, new streams, new flow, new friends, I don't care. Listen, I'm going to say yes to everything that blesses my soul, and I am going to say no to anything that distracts, subtracts, or takes away from the new chapter in my life. Now, is that easy? No, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. Let's just be honest. It's not easy. Your old feelings of guilt want to creep in. Old feelings of shame want to kick in. Or what about being a good mother? What about being a good wife? What about being a good friend? What about these people? What about this? What about that? What about the puppy? What about the dog? What about the cat? What about the... You can't carry everybody across the finish line. People got their own race to run. You can't carry people in their own race. You can't keep pulling people on you and trying to run your race while you also trying to hop along and pull people and carry people on your back, piggyback people across the finish line because you want it for them more than they want it for themselves. It's time for you to run your race. It's time for you to let people be who they want to be. Let them be right where they want to be. It's time for you to focus. It's time for you to let go of some baggage and travel a little more light. It's time for you to put on your Nikes and run your race, but let down some of this dead weight you've been carrying. Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to? It's time to stop being so easily distracted and weighed down by others' baggage, by other people's issues and other people's stuff. Listen, can I tell you what we do as good-hearted people? Big-hearted, good-hearted people. What do? We take on other people's stuff. As if your stuff's not enough. As if your stuff ain't enough. As if you ain't got enough on your plate. As if you ain't got enough on your plate to deal with. You will go and pick up everybody else's stuff. You picking up everybody else's emotions, everybody else's anger, everybody else's anxiety and stress. You trying to help other people deal with all their stuff. And guess who you'll tend to put last? You. Guess what God showed me in San Antonio? God spoke to me so clearly. God said, in this next season, I'm removing distractions. I'm removing everything that's been getting in the way. Because in this next season, the calling is too great. What I'm calling you to do and the things I've put in your heart to do is needed so badly that there's no more time to waste being distracted or bogged down in anything that keeps you from producing and birthing what God's put in my heart. I didn't even have to orchestrate it. God did it. Some of you have a calling on your life for things that you need to be doing. And God is bringing about divine timing and alignment to remove every distraction, remove everything that's been in the way of you focusing to execute what God is doing and going to do through you. And there's a divine assignment, and the timing of God is aligning for you to do it. And you have to say yes. You have to say yes. You have to grab hold of this thing. And you want to run with it. You gotta grab it, hold it, and run with it and not let go. You gotta make sure nothing gets in the way of what God's getting ready to do in your life. No auntie, no mama, no daddy, no cousin, no job. Don't let anything get in your way of focusing and executing for what God is taking you into next, because there's so much on the line. See, you tend to think it's just about you. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. You are needed. You are needed to show up. No distractions. It's time. It's time. The doors are opening. It's time. Make up your mind to lay aside every weight, every burden, and focus. Focus. Hold space for you. You hold space for everybody else. It is time to hold space for you. Hold space. What does that mean? Protect your peace. Get aligned and stay aligned. Protect your calm. Protect your peace of mind. Protect your heart. Opt out of some situations where you know it's going to get crazy. Opt out of people that continually drag you into the same old shit. Opt out of confusion. Opt out and focus. Call a spade a spade. It is what it is. People you've been holding on to and the fruits of that relationship is everything but God. And you keep trying to squeeze it into your life and make it be a fit, and nothing in it is of God. Nothing in it, no fruit coming out of it. You got to let them go. I got another one for you. There's some people you love dearly. Dearly, sweetheart. Some people you love dearly. But it is time to put some space between that person you love so greatly because they're detrimental to you. It's toxic to your well-being. There needs to be more boundaries. There needs to be more space so you can focus and execute the greater things of God that He's called you to do. The next level of your money, the next level of your business, you need space. You need sanctuary space, creativity space. You need space so God can move over your mind and your heart, so you can download what God is putting in your heart to do, so you can birth that next new thing that's taking you to your next new level. Which means you're going to have to focus on you. It means you're going to have to stop getting caught up in everybody else's ish. It means you're going to have to focus on you like you've never focused on you before. Mind, body, and spirit. It is time for you to focus. Get selfish about this thing. Get so focused on you that you put on some blinders and you make up your mind. Say yes to you. Say yes to what you truly want and start showing up. I'm going to give you one story and then I got to run. I'm about to go test drive a car, my new dream car. I'm about to go test drive it. Manifesting over here. I was in San Antonio with my niece. You know, she's like my daughter, y'all. Jazzy Poo. We're at dinner and we're talking. And she says, Auntie, you know that Louis Vuitton bag you gave me for Christmas last year? She said, I don't even use it. I put it away because I felt like, you know, I'm just not there. You know, my clothes don't match it. My car don't match it. I'm just not on that level. I just feel self-conscious using that bag you gave me because, you know, it's just not where I'm at, you know, and I just put it away and I'm going to pull it out when I'm on that level. I'm going to pull it out when I feel like I'm a fit for that Louis Vuitton bag. I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to rock it when I'm ready to really rock it all the way and my life fits the Louis Vuitton bag. I said, baby, can I tell you a secret? If you keep putting things on hold, what you're really telling God and the universe is, I'm not on that level. I'm not worthy of it. I'm not ready for it. So you set it over to the side and you put it away. When the truth is, if you would say yes to that gift that God gave you through your mama auntie, if you would say yes to that gift, and if you would rock that purse like it belongs to you, and if you will rock that purse and get on that vibe of that level, that vibrational energy level of that bag and say, I deserve this purse. My mama gave me this purse. She sees in me what I have a hard time seeing in myself. And I'm going to rock this bag. And the next thing you know, honey, your clothes, you're going to start dressing a little different to match the bag. Next thing you know, somebody going to look at you and say, oh, you look like you need to work here. Here's an upgrade in a job. You look like you belong here. You look like money. You look like, next thing you know, your money is leveling up. Next thing you know, your car's leveling up. Now you're driving the little BMW that matches the purse too. You're dressing like the purse. Your money's... Some of you have put blessings on hold, saying you're not ready. God's already gifted to you, given you the gift to make room for you. And you simply have to align with that vibrational level. By law of attraction, God is blessing your life. He is bringing into you more and greater. And you want to put it to the side and hide it away and put it in the back of the closet where nobody can see it, like it's a secret, because I'm not ready for it and I'm scared and people are going to judge me. And what will people say? Because they'll say that I don't match the purse. They say I don't match the gift. Ooh, Holy Ghost. They say I don't match my gifts. They say I don't look like what I'm talking about. They're saying I'm not ready for that. They're saying, who do you think you are? Wearing that, looking like that, speaking like that, walking in your gifts that God gave you. I will preach that thing. Do you hear me? I said, baby, as soon as you get home, you pull that bag back out and you start rocking that bag, because you're going to align with what God has given you. It is now a new season. Stop taking away from yourself and saying, I don't deserve. I'm not ready. God says you're ready. He wouldn't have given it to you if it wasn't for you. Let your gifts open up doors and make room for you. Stop putting your blessings on hold. The way you get ready for your blessings is to start feeling that thing deep on the inside. It doesn't matter what you see on the outside. It does not matter what the circumstances look like. Put your head down, focus, execute, act as if you're about to walk into the greatest blessing of your life. Act as if everything you have prayed for is coming your way. Act as if everything you're saying yes to is chasing you down. Look and be in expectation of that next thing coming at you. And you don't know where it's coming from. You don't know how, but you're trusting by faith that your next level is loading. By faith. I said, baby, you get home, pull that bag out. You go apply for them jobs and makeup at all the most bougie, most luxury place that you want to work at. You walk up in there with your Louis Vuitton bag looking like a millie. They don't know your car's barely running. They don't know, right? You put on the cutest little outfit you got, if that's the one outfit you got, until God makes room for another one. And you rock your Louis Vuitton bag from your mama, and you feel and know, I belong here. There's nothing too good for me. There's nothing I don't deserve. I'm going to walk in here like I own the place. Because there's nothing out of reach for me. There's nothing. I am just as deserving as anyone else. I am just as good as anyone else. My baby about to do things. My baby about to level up. My baby sounded different by the end of the trip. My baby sounded more mature and more confident. She about to do big things. Right? By faith. By action. Faith is action. It's a verb. It's a verb. Take steps. Walk into your destiny. I said, baby, you go home, you apply for all them jobs, you get you a couple of them jobs, as long as you're working 40 hours a week, mama help you get an apartment. Next thing you know, you're going to be living your best little life in the city in your own little apartment. And next thing you know what? You're going to get blessed with a brand new car. That's what I said to her. Do your part. Mama and God will do theirs. Do your part. And that's all you have to do. Show up. Do your part. God will open doors and bless you through others. All you got to do is your part. You ain't got to cover it all. See, that's part of the problem too. You acting like you alone. You acting like you in this all by yourself. And God is backing you up every step of the way, but you won't take the steps you can because you're too many steps out ahead. You're trying to play God in your life. Take the steps you can. Say yes to what you can. Do your part. And let God show up and show out in your life. All right? I love you guys. Blessings in abundance. I love you guys. You stay tuned. I'm going to be sharing my life, y'all. I'm going to be sharing behind the scenes every step of the way. I'm about to talk to OWN. I got to talk to the network, and I got to find out what can I talk about, what can I not talk about. I'm about to be vlogging my whole experience as I start getting ready to film this show, okay? I'm about to be sharing every step of the way because God is good. God is great. God is great. Honey, I've gone from party girl to purpose girl. I've gone from hot girl to Holy Ghost anointed. Y'all don't want to get me started. Where we start is not where we finish. Where we start is not where we finish. Stop disqualifying yourself because of where you started. Stop disqualifying yourself for where you've been. God ain't concerned with where you've been. He's concerned with where you're going. That's all God cares about. Where are you going? What you doing now? Stop disqualifying yourself. I was a hot girl, party girl. Drop it like it's hot. Y'all see, you still see how sexy I is? What? I was this sexy when Mr. Pope met me? Come on. I didn't just get sexy overnight. That's why I'm anointed and sexy. Deal with it. I ain't gotta look like a little tied up, bowed up, tied first lady. I ain't gotta look like that. That's not me. I'm being me. You be you. Show up. You be you. I'll be me. How about that? All right? All right. I love you guys. Blessings and abundance. Okay. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.